Hello and welcome. I'm Huel White. Today our guest in the studio is Alain Robert, also known as the French Spider-Man, a renowned climber who has scaled more than 70 skyscrapers around the world. Welcome, Mr. Robert.
Nice to see you.
How did you end up here in Kazakhstan?
Well, that was my first time coming in Kazakhstan, and I really enjoyed it. On the first day, weather was really great. Second day and third day was quite bad, cloudy and rainy. But yesterday, finally, everything went well.
So in Kazakh social media right now, they're talking about how some people are criticizing you for using safety equipment on this climb. Could you explain why you used safety equipment this time?
Actually, I was invited by Huawei, and then they are the one who did ask me to use some safety devices. I guess they wanted not to take any risk, and that was the reason why I was using double rope and harness and stuff like that.
And so the suction cups, are those yours, or do you sometimes use them?
Suction cups is a different matter. Actually, I could have climbed the front side of the building, which I didn't need anything. I tried it. There is a kind of a groove from bottom to top, and that was possible to climb without suction cups. But unfortunately, I was having to climb the side on Isantai Square.
And how did you feel about using equipment this time? Is the feeling different when you're climbing?
For me, I don't mind, as long as the people who are looking at me, they are happy, and it seems that at least 90% of the people who are watching me climbing, they liked it. I know that some of them, they start criticizing me, and I totally understand, but they just need to understand exactly what are the reasons.
So when did you start climbing buildings, and why did you decide to do that without safety equipment?
Actually, I was already soloing, in Verdun. I was soloing big routes in the French Alps or in Switzerland. And then I have decided to shift into buildings because a watch company did ask me if I could climb something in Chicago. I liked it, and then since that time, I've been climbing 125 buildings.
Wow. So, adrenaline is a drug. Would you call yourself an addict or an adrenaline junkie?
Well, could be something like that. Yesterday wasn't, for sure, obviously, but other than that, yes, I enjoy climbing without anything because of that great feeling. Not that that I feel invincible, but more like playing, in between life and death. It is really enjoyable.
So, do you fear death? And if not, what do you fear?
No, of course I fear death, but I'm not climbing for falling. Then I try to be prepared mentally and physically as much as I can, and until now, it works.
So you've been in a coma more than once in your life. Do you remember anything from being in a coma?
No, this I've completely forgotten. It's just like something black. It doesn't even exist.
And how long were you in a coma when that happened?
6 days, and second times was only 1 day.
Only 1 day, okay. So do you believe in God?
Yeah, I believe in God.
Yeah, what do you think about before you go on a climb?
Well, I start to think, about potential death. But at the end of the day, I know that when I start to climb, I am really focused, and I put all my fears aside, and I just do my ascent.
You donate a lot of your money to charity. To whom do you donate, and why?
Just because, I wanted also to give a meaning to my life, not just being a guy who is climbing mountains or is climbing buildings, but also if I could do something to help human beings, I found that it could be something great.
And which kind of organizations do you give to, for example?
Like a Heart Foundation, like AIDS Foundation, like Téléthon Enfant Soleil in Montreal, and few more, but I just forgot. Lions Club. There's quite a lot, actually.
Does it bother you that some people come to watch your climbs to maybe see you fall?
Well, at least yesterday that wasn't the case because, as I said, there was 2 safety lines, so it was totally impossible to fall. And me, what I could feel yesterday was great. It was like a show, you know, like I was somebody doing some kind of entertainment.
Yeah, I went to go see it myself yesterday, and I had a lovely time.
Actually, there was a lot of people. I don't know. Me, I would think that around 10,000 people.
Wow. You've been arrested several dozen times. Where was the best jail you stayed at? And where was the worst?
The best one was in San Francisco because it was a brand new prison. So there was a kind of luxury, like having a shower, like beds, they were quite nice. No, that wasn't bad. And the inmate inside my cell was a cool guy from Mexico. He was a drug dealer, but was a cool guy.
And where was the worst?
Oh, the worst was in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. Not because of the people, but because it's old, it's dirty, there is cockroaches, there is mosquitoes, and it's really bad.
Do the police often beat you when they catch you? This is the video from when you climbed in Japan.
Yeah, well, that was the only time that I got beaten. But there was also a reason. The day before the ascent, cops knew I was going to climb illegally. They came, they surrounded the building, and they said that it was a serious offense to climb illegally in Japan. And I did it the next day.
So how did you get past security?
I was hidden inside the trunk of a car. Actually, it was the GM of the hotel. And then my friend was inside the car. He opened the trunk. He told me, it's okay, you can go now, but you really need to run. And I ran like a mad. They were shooting, they were shouting, they were screaming, and I did it.
Wow.
But the good thing is that they didn't know that through TV, they were filming with the helicopter, and they are the one who got that. And they show it, the French embassy show it, and instead of doing 2 months in jail, I've been released after 9 days.
Wow. So what do you think would happen if you managed to climb a skyscraper in North Korea? Would you become friends with Kim Jong-un?
I wouldn't like this guy. I wouldn't say that... no, that's not my plan. And I'm sure it's difficult to get a visa going there.
Yeah. So what do you do when you're not climbing buildings or climbing in general?
Well, I'm traveling. I like snowboarding. I like surfing. I like napping actually also. Very enjoyable.
Cool. Have you been up to Chimbolak yet?
No, I didn't.
Well, the first Spider-Man film came out in theaters in 2002.
Yep.
What was your nickname up until then?
Oh, well, people, they were calling me the French Spider-Man.
So it was even before the film?
Yeah, well, everything I started the year 94 when I did climb my first building.
And you've worn the Spider-Man costume before, and do you ever wear it, now?
Actually, I wore it the first time just before the release of the movie. It was in Caracas, Venezuela, and I was climbing the tallest building in Caracas, and that was live on TV.
Wow. So have you ever been invited to be an actor in a film or a stunt double?
I did. I was acting in a French movie, about that kind of movie, Shield and Sword, Angélique.
I haven't heard of it.
It's quite nice. It's not a big movie. Well, it's big in France, but not really overseas.
So which was the most difficult climb for you?
Perhaps climbing the Sears Tower in Chicago, which is still the second tallest in the US. And maybe the most memorable would be the Petronas in Kuala Lumpur.
Why was it memorable for you?
Because first of all, it took 12 years. I got arrested 2 times. I succeeded on the 3rd times. Then I spent a night in custody. But most of all, because the building is nearly half kilometer tall, and it is finishing by there is a spire. It's about 50 or 60 meters, and there is a small sphere. And then standing at the top of the Petronas is just simply awesome.
Yeah. So do you have copycats that mimic your climbs, and how do you feel about them?
Not really, you know, there is guys who has climbed like 1 or 2 buildings. That's why, you know, earlier I was insisting it's no longer 70 buildings, but it's 125. Plus, there is plenty that they have climbed 5 times, 6 times. So total, if I was counting, that would be more than 200 buildings.
Wow. So how would you feel if your children decided to start doing extreme climbing?
Well, for me it's easy because I wouldn't mind. My youngest boy is 21 and he doesn't like climbing. And the other one also, so I'm fine.
So you are 53 years old. Do you have a special diet or certain exercises? Because you look very young and healthy for your age.
Exercising, yes. It means for me climbing at home because I'm having a climbing wall. So I'm trying to climb, let's say, once or twice a day, like doing 1 hour training. And then sometimes I do my jogging or, you know, I'm doing quite a lot of activities. I'm swimming as well. So, and I'm trying also to be careful about my food. You know, not too much fat, not much sugar, and it works.
So have you tried horse meat here in Kazakhstan yet?
I think I did. I did the other day. I went to a fancy place. They told me that it was the best in Almaty, and everything that I ate was very good.
This is the video where you climbed the Burj Khalifa in Dubai. So how many kilograms did you lose when you climbed? Because I heard it took 6.5 hours to climb.
Yeah, but I didn't lose. I didn't check my weight before and after, so I don't think I didn't lose anything. But for example, for this ascent, the Prime Minister Sheikh Mohammed has insisted that the ascent was having to be tethered.
They say the French drink a lot of wine. Do you drink wine, and if so, what kind?
I do drink bubbly wine called champagne, which I enjoy it.
Yeah. Did you drink some after your climb yesterday?
I did yesterday. Yeah, I got like 1 bottle.
So when do you plan on retiring?
Retiring for me, well, for sure it's not for now. You know, I'm thinking that if I'm still in a good health, I hope that I will be able to climb until the age of maybe 65.
Wow. So which building have you not yet climbed, but you really want to climb?
There's a lot. You know, there is one building that I wish to climb in China, in Shanghai. I forgot the name of the building. They have just finished it not long ago. It's about 600 meters. And also, I wish that I will be having the approval to climb the new one that they are building in Jeddah. It will be a 1,000 meters building. Wow. But it will be completed year 2019 or 2020.
Merci, Alain. You've just heard from the French Spider-Man. I'm Hugh White. Until next time.